Welcome to Exit Interview, improv radio podcast by God and the Devil. Before we begin, there are a couple things you need to know. This podcast was completely improvised. None of it was written beforehand. It was recorded in one take and then edited into a radio play. The performers on this podcast are
Dan KUAN Peoples,
John Goodman,
Will Kohler,
Eden Rickolt.
Okay, let's begin.
Exit Interview Podcast with God and the Devil. Exit Interview Podcast. God and the Devil. Exit Interview Podcast with God and the Devil.
All right, let's get started. If you are hearing these words, then congratulations, you've made it another week in life. It may have been a hard week, may have been a stressful week, but you made it. You're still here, and we are here with you. That's right, this is your favorite podcast, recording live from the Elevator Podcast Studio, hovering in between heaven and hell. This is Exit Interview, where everyone one day will be a guest. And if you don't recognize my voice from your dreams or your memories, then let me say my name. I am God. And I am joined by my co-host, who I am eternally tethered to, the Devil. Devil, how are you doing?
I hope it doesn't feel like a burden of a tether, God, but, it's always a pleasure to be here in the elevator between heaven and hell. Sorry I was late today. You know how traffic gets coming up from hell. It's rough. It's murder.
Anyways, let's get to it. If you haven't heard the show before, as part of our immortal duties as God and the Devil, we judge the dead. Each week, we interview a newly deceased person. We see some scenes from their life. We see how they died, and then we decide whether they go up with me to lay on a meadow for the rest of eternity or down into hell to run on the treadmill of gloom with the devil. So that is the choice we'll make today. But before we jump in, let's get started with a new sponsorship outside of Texas. It's called Crushed Red Meat.
Well, howdy there, y'all. How's it going? My name is Big Mikey, and I come from the Crushed Meat Factory just outside of Texas. We got a special little product for you today that we want to talk about. We're sick and tired, and we're damn sick and we're damn tired of a big old nice slab of red meat that's all put together like. What you want on your table is red meat that's had the shit beaten out of it. You want it thrown off a little cliff. You want it stomped with a couple of big cleats. And you want it, most of all, kicked it right in the middle of the sack of the meat with a big steel-toed boot. And after you do all that, you got yourself some crushed red meat. And now this stuff, here, come over here to my grill, take a look. Okay, so this stuff, you see on the left, we have the normal red meat. Looks like shit. On the right, we have the crushed red meat. It's frying up something delicious. My Aunt Martha over there.
Hi.
Martha, what do you think about the crushed red meat versus the normal meat?
Real lovely and tender. I like to eat it every night.
You heard it here first from Aunt Martha. Thank you, Aunt Martha. Go back into the bathtub, please.
All right, I'll stay here for a while.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. That is Aunt Martha's official review of crushed red meat from just outside of Texas. So come on down and get yours today.
All right, thank you for that. Crushed red meat, just outside of Texas. Isn't just outside Texas just Arkansas?
It could be a couple of states.
Anyways, let's start the show. I see a couple orbs floating around. You want to bring someone in, Devil?
Yeah, I guess some people died this week. All right, let me just pick one at random here. And, okay.
Hi. What am I doing here? It's so nice to meet you two. You guys look familiar.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you as well. I love a new face here in the elevator between heaven and hell. I'm the Devil. This is my good friend God.
I am God.
What can we call you?
Well, my friends call me Peter, but strangers just call me Sarah.
Why is that?
It's actually a funny story. One day I was just woke up and my friend was like, "Hey, how's it going, Peter?" And I was like, "What? My name's Sarah." And they were like, "Oh, yeah, it is." And then, you know how things stick.
Sure, a fun inside joke, yeah.
Yeah, a classic.
Classic two names, yeah.
Well, Peter, if that's not too presumptuous, may we call you Peter?
I guess, I think you can. I don't know about God. We've been a bit iffy recently.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Peter. I like this one already. So where you from, Pete?
I'm actually from a small town in Delaware.
Small town in Delaware?
Very first state, yeah.
Of course. What's the name of the town?
It's called Villageville.
I love it.
Villageville, Delaware, yeah.
Yeah.
What's there to do there?
You can go running in the park. You can go swimming. It's more of a marsh, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I love marshlands. Marshlands are where some of the great biodiversity of our Earth is to be found.
Exactly. There's so many cool animals. There's mosquitoes. There's moths. Sometimes there's even spiders.
One of my favorites.
Beautiful wildlife.
Do you like nature?
Not really, but...
No, I guess that's fair. Your examples weren't exactly normal favorite animals.
Yeah, well, I could see where you think that I'd like nature because my job does have me outside all day.
Oh.
I am our town's own personal orange juice squeezer.
Ah.
Yeah, they get the oranges from down south and they bring them to me and I squeeze them for everyone because that's just not something you want to do by yourself.
No, who has the time?
You ever fail at your job? You ever not get the oranges squeezed in time? Ever let anyone down?
I mean, God, this is why we have such a tumultuous relationship because every time I'm trying to meet someone new, I'm trying to become closer with the devil, and it's just I feel you in my conscience bringing up everything I can't be, and sometimes you don't make the most orange juice.
Thank you, Peter. While we're talking about this, God, you can be really negative sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm just trying to be positive about myself, you bring up how I invented disease, how I spread evil across the world, and it's these aren't the things I like about myself, God, okay?
Exactly.
I'm sorry if I see the glass half empty all the time. That's my fault. That's my fault, and I'll own that. It's been that way for eternity. Maybe I'll try to change the next couple millennia, okay?
Thank you, that means a lot to me.
But I just want to know a little bit more about your relationships, Peter, Sarah.
Yeah, who do you turn to for support when things are tough?
Well, my aforementioned friend, their name's actually Matthew, but since they gave me a different name, I decided to give them a different name, which is Tom. So I call him Tom. Tom, he's just been a friend ever since birth. We were apparently hospital buddies.
Oh.
So we share almost the same birthday. It's the classic three hours off, but the 3 hours that matter. So
who's older?
unfortunately, Tom is
Oh.
April 10th, April 11th situation, and I got the 11th side of that deal. And we made it, and we didn't die.
You made it. You didn't die, but you're dead now?
Yeah, you are dead, though, to be clear. Yeah, you did eventually.
So there's no going that...
No, this elevator only goes in two directions. You might go to heaven, so that's good. You might go to hell, is the thing. What do you think you deserve, Peter?
That's been something I've been asking myself a lot recently. Have I done some shitty things? Sure. Have I done good things? I don't know.
Well, let's see it for ourselves.
I think you're right, God. That's probably the best idea. We like to ask, to be polite, but the truth is we have access to all the knowledge that's ever happened in every event in the universe, and we can go there and we can see what happens. So let's take a little look at your life and see some of the decisions you've made, see maybe where you deserve to go.
All right.
But we do need to put in your full name there. What was your last name?
My last name is Thompson.
All right. Well, let's hop in then, and let's take a little trip back to when you were alive and see what your life was like. Y'all ready?
I would love that.
All right, here we go.
Well, two dads in the hospital, not knowing what to do with themselves.
Oh, I know.
It's, how you feeling? My little boy Matthew, he was just born yesterday on April 10th, and he's in the little bassinet over there. You see him?
Oh, it's so cute. Look at that smile. It's winking at us.
Yeah.
What brings you here? This nice lobby, the drinks, the croissants, trying to celebrate.
Yeah, I was waiting out in the parking lot, but I got really thirsty.
Oh.
Usually hospitals make me uncomfortable, but I was dying of thirst, and I came in and I was looking for the juice selection.
The juice selection.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here drinking a cup of cranberry juice. Can you fucking believe that?
Well, that's funny you mentioned that. I've craved orange juice all my life, to be honest. And I don't know if that's what you're craving too. And Villageville hasn't had an orange squeezer in maybe 3 decades since old Marnie's the natural squeezer with the beautiful hands that could squeeze an orange in one go. Since she passed away, we haven't had a squeezer in a while. So might have to wait.
It was a tragedy. That was the death heard around the village, at least.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Excuse me, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, that's me.
Mr. Thompson, I have good news. Your wife's just given birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl.
Oh my God!
And the local shaman was in attendance and has confirmed that she has the hands to squeeze oranges. Congratulations. You must be very proud.
Oh my God, this is the greatest day of my life. So, Peter, that's why you're so important to me. That was 15 years ago, and you haven't even got squeezing yet. You haven't even taken out an orange from the fridge. This is your predetermined fate, Peter. This is who you are.
No, Dad.
What?
Dad, this is your predetermined fate.
What?
You never listened to me.
What do you mean I haven't listened to you?
All my life, I have told you that I wanted to pick oranges. And all your life, you've wanted to have a child, to take the place
Peter,
as art.
Peter.
What, Dad? What?
Let me see those hands. Let me see those hands, and you tell me, are these the delicate hands for picking? Like your friend Matthew has? Or are these the hands for crushing? These are crushing hands. You're crushing my hand right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was too hard, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's okay.
Honey, hey.
Yeah, what's up, Mark?
Are you talking about orange crushing again?
Yes, I am. You know that's a topic of heated discussion in this household.
Jesus, honey. I mean, listen. I just don't think it's appropriate to be shoving what we want for our child onto Peter. I mean, she's figuring things out. You know, she's out there in the world. She's doing okay in math. She's building tree houses. She's just being a kid. You know.
What's Peter been doing? What's Peter been doing?
Well, I don't know, Peter. What have you been doing?
I've been exploring things, Dad, okay? It's not time yet to decide my fate.
See?
I didn't move to Villageville and move my whole family here to enjoy just the nature of this town and of this great first state. I came here to raise a family that crushed oranges. And on that day in the hospital, it renewed my faith in your future and in our future, in the prosperity that you're going to bring to us as a family.
Well, honey, have you ever thought about? I know you put so much weight into that nice shaman who came by and he made that prophecy, but
what was his name again?
Oh, what was his name? Jeez, Mark.
Was it Mark?
I
think it was Mark. Or maybe he had two names. It was Mark, and he wanted us to call him Tony because we weren't friends with him.
That's right. Mark to it. He said, "Hi, I'm Mark, but only to my friends. So please call me Tony," which was a really strong boundary setting right from the first interaction.
I mean, we're giving birth, and he's holding our newborn child, and he wants us to call him by the stranger name. That's a little weird, right?
The audacity to tell us that we weren't friends with him. But anyway.
Knock on the door.
Oh, who is it? Oh my God.
Hello.
Oh my God, is that...
It's been 15 years since I saw you in the hospital.
Oh.
Yes, it is I.
Tony?
No. You may call me Mark.
Oh
my God.
Yes, I've come to make good on the prophecy I made all those years ago. This must be Sarah. Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you again.
Friends call her Peter, so I mean, if we're calling you Mark, then you can call her Peter.
Oh, Peter, that's good. That works.
I mean, I haven't met you, but I guess you've met me. I don't know.
I met you when you were but a child, small enough to hold in the palm of my large hands.
Oh my God, those are large.
Now, we are here to discuss your hands, Peter. Big enough to fit around a ripe Florida orange.
It just feels... Come on, Dad. Did you really have to get the shaman in on this? I mean, it's like...
He must have just heard our conversation.
No, I admit he called me. He called me ahead of time.
Honey, you called him?
He figured it would really seal the deal if I brought you out to the orange fields.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right. I thought this would spike your interest, just seeing the shaman that held you after you were born.
Well, you know what, Dad? It doesn't. And let me tell you something. I'm leaving, and you will never hear from me again. I'm running away.
Oh, honey.
Where are you gonna go, huh?
I'm going to Maryland.
Not Maryland.
Mark, say something.
Oh, I feel like I shouldn't be in the middle of this. I'm gonna head out, but can I still get that hot meal you promised? I can just take that to go.
Yeah. The bacon's in the fridge.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's perfect.
Send him with the crushed red meat. That stuff's disgusting.
Thank you.
Dad?
Yeah. Who's there? Is that Mark?
Dad, it's me, Peter.
Peter, that name's dead to me. Closed door.
Dad.
Okay, what?
Dad, I know it's been a long time.
It's been like 6 years, yeah. You're 21 years old.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? I've had 6 long years to think about myself. and my choices.
You lost your Delaware accent. You speak like a Marylandian now.
I know.
It's disgusting.
But Dad, one thing about me hasn't changed, and you're looking great at them.
What's that?
2 things.
Eyebrows.
My hands, Dad.
Oh, those beautiful, beautiful birthright of hands. Oh my God, I look at them now, pulsating and sweating and... Is that citrus I smell on them? Have you been...
Yes.
Oh my God, who left this cup of orange juice on the table?
Martha, look. Peter.
Peter, you're home.
I'm home, and I've come, and I've realized that I don't choose my own destiny. And this job, this lifestyle has chosen me.
So you're telling me you squeezed this cup of orange juice?
With just one long squeeze.
Hold on, look in the fridge now, Martha. Do you have another orange? I need to see this in the flesh.
Okay, yeah, here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Crush it now. Oh my God!
The raw power.
Give me another glass. Give me another glass.
This is State News of Delaware. Hello, I'm Frankfurtson, and I'm here with the state news for the state of Delaware. Now, the orange juice shortage that has been underway since the death of old Marnie many years ago has finally come to a conclusion. We have a new supply of orange juice coming into our grand state, the first state and the last state to get orange juice. But we have pulp, some pulp, less pulp, and no pulp, finally back here in all of the towns of Delaware. With me is the miracle child, making it possible. At only 21 years old, I'm here in the studio with Sarah Thompson. Hello. Sarah, pleasure to be here with you. How do you feel about your role in ending this orange juice shortage?
Well, that's a great question, and thank you for having me here, Frankfurtson, sorry.
No, that's okay. Everyone calls me by my full name, friends and strangers alike.
Great. You don't get that with everyone. But I had 6 long years to realize that this was my role in our society. And you know what? It feels like a gift from God to be able to do this, if I'm being honest. And you know what? That sort of faith in who I'm supposed to be is really what drives me morning to night, squeezing oranges.
So you intend to continue squeezing and selling oranges and providing them to the good people of Delaware?
Absolutely.
Boo, orange squeezers, boo!
What? Hey!
Boo, go orange pickers! Orange pickers! Orange pickers! Orange
Security,
pickers!
get them out of here. It seems that we have some protesters in the studio.
Hey, get your hands off me! Hey, I know the guest! I know the guest! Let me in! I want to say something.
What? Is that true, Sarah? Do you know this man?
Hey, Peter, it's me. It's Matthew.
Tom.
It's Tom.
I do know this guest. Tom, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you.
And I haven't seen you for a long time either, Peter. Ever since you walked out of my life 6 years ago. You remember that?
Tom, it was never about you. You know that. It was about my relationship to my overbearing father. Sorry, Dad.
It's all right, son.
Oh, I know what it was about. And it was about squeezing oranges. Well, let me tell you, Peter, while you were out living your glorious life with your giant hands and your destiny, I was sitting here. I wasn't born with a destiny. I was just sitting here with little normal hands, and I've been picking oranges that I knew would never turn into juice. And now you come back, and you have the audacity to take those oranges and squeeze them right in front of my face. You didn't even stop by my house to say hello when you got back. You came right to the goddamn radio station.
I didn't think you'd want me, Tom. I thought you would want nothing to do with me after I left.
Well, I have something to say to the public. And is this live? Are we live? Are we on air?
Yeah, we're live, yeah. Or it's the radio.
Well, good. And I just want to say that we've gone a long time without orange squeezers, and we can go a long time more. Oranges just need to be picked and eaten. They don't need to be squeezed. And that's all I have to say.
Well, two different perspectives there, folks. We'll see what the people of Delaware choose. All right, well, I'm the devil up here again. Welcome back. And listen, this is always an interesting case. Some people feel like they have control of their lives and they're making choices, and others feel like they're just being guided by destiny, by prophecy. And I find with that second type, it's very difficult to judge whether they're good or bad because, in a way, they're sort of neutral. But listen, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to find out not only whether Peter's destiny really was given to her by God, but also we're going to find out why it was so tragically cut short. Before we get on to that, we're going to do a quick break, and right after this second message from our sponsors, take it away.
In a world where babies are born every day, purposelessness, without purpose, one man has decided to give every one of those babies a purpose, and his name is Mark, aka Tony.
Somebody give birth to a baby.
Oh, my baby, he's so sad and he's existentially lost. What am I gonna do? Somebody save me.
Firefighter.
What was that, Mark?
Firefighter.
A firefighter.
On to the next baby. Construction.
I have a young construction worker. How exciting.
Excuse me, sir, what about me? I'm a toddler, and I also don't know what I want to do with my life.
You will become a virtuosic ballet dancer and defect from an oppressive communist regime, filling headlines all over the world.
Well, how exciting. Thanks, sir.
Anyway, a tailor.
And that's the movie, folks. You get the idea. It's rated R because it has a lot of birth scenes in it. So stay tuned. April 11th, The Shaman Guy.
Coming to a theater near you.
Oh, good. I was worried he wasn't going to say what the title of the movie was. I want to check that one out.
I want to make sure I need that one, yeah.
So we're back here in the elevator. God, I got to ask, since you came up in that first act, is it true? Did you deliberately give Peter a destiny?
Listen, I don't give people destinies. I give them the tools to create a destiny. And if it's decided for you that that's going to be your destiny just because you have massive, swollen, vice grip hands, then that's that should be your destiny. But I just equip you with the tools. I might give you a hammer. I might give you a single nail. It is what it is, and I'm ruthless about it.
Sure. What do you think, Peter? So, what happened in Maryland to change your mind?
Yeah, that's a great question. You see, what happened is I set off to Maryland, and I thought, maybe I could make a living for myself catching crabs, the type that come in the ocean and other bodies of water, and sell those. One day I caught this huge crab and I held it in my hand, and no matter how big that crab was, it just seemed so small in my own hand. And I thought it was the perfect metaphor for however big I might see in the world to myself. When I put that in perspective of the entire narrative of the universe, I am that small crab in my own huge hands of the universe. And that's when I realized that the only way I could be something bigger than myself was to use what I had been given.
Wow, Peter, that makes me think. Maybe I should be rethinking my own place in life.
Peter, what I'm interested in, though, is how you died. I see it was a few years after you got the job as the Orange Squeezer. Do you remember anything about what happened? I know it was pretty recent, but do you have any recollection about how you died?
I know there was a storm. Tom told me not to go out.
You mean Matthew?
Well, I call him Tom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
So there's a storm.
There was a storm, and I remember Tom telling me we had rekindled our friendship a bit. Things were still rocky, and I was ignorant, I was stubborn, and I thought, I wanted to prove myself that I also could pick oranges. He had kind of indoctrinated me into this new type of thinking where we didn't pursue what we were meant to pursue. We all pursued what we wanted to, and he got me thinking that maybe it was orange picking that was important, and I wanted to start that night, and he told me not to. And I just remember thinking, tonight is the night that I throw away the gift that God gave me, and I go pick up those oranges myself. And that's all I remember.
Well, that's all right, because we actually are going to find out exactly what happened, and once we do, we're going to make our decision, and after that, it's the rest of eternity for you, heaven or hell. We'll see. But let's head back on down to Earth and find out what happened next.
All right, let's go see it.
Here we go.
Hey, Matthew's dad. Tom's dad. Sorry, I don't know.
Hey, Peter's dad. Sarah's dad. Dads. A couple of dads.
I don't know how that works.
Hanging out.
A couple dads grilling out front, huh?
Yep.
You think there's a storm coming?
I smell something, and let me check my knee. Yep. Definitely a storm coming.
You must have been part of the war too. The old nose and knee weather trick.
That's exactly right. Never forget, the nose and the knee means the storm's a lee, which means it's coming. I don't know. I wasn't in the Navy.
That's crazy. Hey, make sure you flip that burger, okay?
Oh, yep.
Hey, where's Matthew right now? You know what Matt's up to?
Oh, jeez. Matt's been having a bit of a tough time, if I'm going to be honest. I mean,
sounds like a picker's life.
It is a picker's life. I mean, he doesn't have the hands to make anything of himself. And after his little stunt at the radio department, I mean, he's not even the radio department. What is that? Just the radio station. What's a department? Yeah. Right. I'm thinking of departments like I'm thinking about war still. So anyway, after his little stunt at the radio station, I mean, he got fired. He's not even picking anymore. They said you can't just go and disparage the orange squeezers like that because they're the ones that sell the oranges, right? He's out there squeezing, making it into juice, which people want. So I mean,
flip that burger over there.
Oh, yeah. So he's having a bad time. I mean, he's just kind of been wallowing. I think he wants to get back in touch with your daughter, but I mean, he's just, it's a matter of pride, you know? You know how the kids are.
Well, that's the weird thing. I saw online, Peter posted something about wanting to get into the picking business. I don't know if they're in touch. I just wanted to see if that was happening. Oh, flip that hot dog. Oh, I really think the storm's coming. I mean, it looks like clouds overhead, huh?
Whoa! Hey, you two cooking up a hot meal here? Hey. Mind if I join?
Oh my God, Mark,
Either one is fine. I can't keep track myself.
Hey, Mark,
I have a job for you, and it's so fortuitous that you showed up. Peter, I think is going to go rogue, and I just need you to go talk to Peter and try to convince Peter to not pursue a picker's life. I want Peter to be a squeezer, just like it was predetermined, just like you predetermined. Can you try to talk some sense into the squeezer that was born and not the picker that is made? We don't pursue what we're meant to pursue. We pursue what we're told to pursue. That's the truth. Don't you know it, Mark, Tony?
Me?
Yeah, yes, you.
Sorry, I get so confused, even when people use both of my names. Also, to be honest, I was really focusing on this crab in my hand.
Oh, we're gonna grill that.
Yeah, throw it on.
No, I think I'd better take this one with me. In my time in training in the tundras of Siberia, I learned that there's wisdom to be found in the smallest creatures, and I think I'd better bring this little friend with me out to find your daughter.
All right. Well, listen, Mark, Tony, be careful out there. My knee's going crazy. It's rough, so just...
Oh, it's a bad storm, all right.
Just be careful.
All right.
All right, Mark, good luck finding Peter.
Well, I'll go see what I can do.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Peter.
Yeah, Tom.
Hey, how's it going? Listen, I came over here today to just, I wanted to say sorry. I feel like a real schmuck. I mean, I just feel like what I did was really out of line. Right? I busted into the radio station and...
Yeah, no, it feels like just yesterday to me, too.
Well, geez, I've just been sitting on my ass for 6 years, and I feel like I really owe you an apology. So I want to officially say I'm sorry. I don't think that squeezing is any better than picking. I don't think picking's any better than squeezing. I just want to be friends again, all right?
You know what, Tom? I've had a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think.
Thunder.
Oh,
wow.
You hear that?
Yeah. Did you see it? I didn't see any lightning. I think it's maybe just the sound of the storm.
I think there's some lightning over there. Hey, listen, you should be careful, by the way. Just stay inside. Storms like this are super dangerous.
Yeah, totally. But
sorry, you were saying?
What I was saying was, it's never too late to repair a friendship. And, I've also been doing some soul searching in the past 6 years. And, I think you have some really valid points about picking. Sometimes I think that, just because people want me to squeeze, it doesn't mean that they need me to squeeze.
I totally agree with that. I feel like we don't pursue what we're meant to pursue. We pursue what we want to pursue.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to pursue, Peter?
I want to pursue picking. I do, Tom. I really do. I think that's what I need. And I think I want to do it right now, Tom.
Whoa, okay, well, hold on. I love that. I love the energy. I love the self-actualization. But you probably don't want to go, right now, just because it's, the storm's, right here.
I need to
My dad's knee is definitely tingling right now, so I think it's pretty close.
There's no time like the present. You never know when it's too late, Tom.
because the orchard is buckled down for the storm. We're not going to be picking any oranges in this weather. This is the biggest storm I've seen since I started working at this orange grove.
Look out, oranges are flying sideways.
Whoa.
Look out.
Man.
Guys, we can't stop. We have to keep picking.
What?
You guys go back. I'll stay here.
Who are you?
Aren't you a squeezer?
Hey, let's see your hands. Are they picker's hands or are they squeezer's hands?
They're my hands, and I want to be a picker.
Bud, we don't have time for this. Everybody just get in the pickup truck. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
You have to go without me.
Okay.
That's fine. See you later.
Goodbye.
Wait, who's that weird person in the middle of the field that looks like a shaman?
Peter.
Go away.
Peter, no. It's not I who needs to speak with you. It's my friend here. Do you recognize him?
Mr. Krabs?
It's a crab. Yes, that's right. You see, Peter, just as this crab has one large, muscly claw for wrestling away its enemies and lifting heavy things, and one dainty, sharp claw that it uses to get into small spaces and pick the algae out of things, so too are we all a composite of all the gifts and all the flaws that make us up as people. So what I say to you, even though your father told me to come and talk you out of picking oranges and to tell you to keep to squeezing like I told you when you were a baby, I say to you, embrace your potential. Pick those oranges, squeeze them, and squeeze some into this glass for me because I'm thirsty.
Oh, holy shit. The wind's really big. Oh my god, the grill. The grill just went flying. Whoa, all the hot dogs are gone. Oh, the grill's just absolutely hauling sideways with this wind right now. It looks like it's headed toward the orchard. I hope it's okay.
I think I see an orange right up there on top of that tall tree. Can you get up there? Can you maybe do a little shimmy?
Yeah, I can get up there.
Oh, good. This tree looks sturdy. I think the only thing that could cause it to fall down would be if it were to catch on fire somehow, and I don't think that's
That doesn't seem like...
Oh my! What is that barreling towards us? No! A grill!
What
A
is
backyard
that?
grill full of hot coals! No! Oh, they're going burning right into the wet wood! Oh, it's not strong enough! Oh, it's falling right on top of me!
All right.
Wow, what a way to go, huh? Orange tree. I guess it's fitting. What do you think, Gad?
Listen, I thought you had a great life, but gotta admit, that relationship with your father kind of bummed me out a little bit. I can be honest with you. Strike one.
Bummed me out too.
Well, you're gonna blame her for a bad relationship with her dad? That's not her fault.
Listen, he was just pointing out the obvious. God, me, created the hands.
It's true.
Seems a little narcissistic.
Peter, God makes a fair point, though. You were given these hands to make people happy and provide orange juice to the people, and you did not live up to that potential for your whole life. There were those 6 years where you were making OJ for the whole town, but what about all that wasted time, now that we know how young you died?
That's a good point, but I would just have to argue back to you, God. Why do you get to decide what I do? What gives you the right?
Ooh.
I'm asking, tell me.
Yeah, what does?
You know what? I used to think it was this beautiful rhinestone I found on the beach that was the source of all my power, and then I realized the power is in me. It's not someone giving it to me. You're right, Peter. I am the one who determines my fate.
Oh, great.
Oh,
God
my God.
feels empowered. That's lovely.
Tale as old as time.
I feel emboldened more than ever. I will be an intrusion on everyone's life for the good, sometimes for the bad.
Yeah.
All right. So, it seems like you made a lot of people happy. Maybe you made some choices that took away from that. Well, any quick last thing you want to say for yourself, and then God and I are going to confer.
What do I have to say for myself?
Yeah.
What does anyone have to say for themselves?
Oh, flipping the tables, huh?
Hell yeah.
I was born. I had hands. I didn't want to squeeze. I squeezed. I picked. I died. And here I am, having to bare my soul to you, God. And you know what? Who do you have to answer to? Where does all this unchecked power go at the end of the day.
These moral questions really make me uncomfortable as the ultimate deity on this universe. So I'm gonna punt the question for next week. Should we confer, Devil?
Let's do it. Before we do, once we pick whether you're going to heaven or hell, there's going to be a specific reward or punishment that's allotted to you, as there are to all mortals. So I'm going to call on our special celebrity guest that we have every week, and they're going to be the one to tell you what your reward and punishment is. You've come to know a few things about my good friend God. One you might not know is that he's a family man. He has multiple children, and here is his most famous son. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the elevator between heaven and hell, Jesus Christ.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Oh, my favorite son. How you doing? Nice haircut, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man. I just got it like 2 seconds ago. I heard I was coming on the show, and I was like, oh my God, I never get to see Dad.
That's the all-powerful powers, getting a haircut right on the dot.
Okay, we've come to a decision. We've come to our decision. Let me just fill out this form here. Okay. Name, Sarah, a.k.a. Peter Thompson. Cause of death. Smashed head while falling off of burning orange tree. Sentence. Congratulations, heaven. Woo! Jesus, tell her what you won.
Hey, I mean, congrats, Peter. That's a big deal. So listen, you're going to be going upstairs. It's going to be great. It's going to be super comfortable. Like God was saying, there's like a big meadow. There's one little thing though. You're going to have to be acting as the smallest little pincher on the giant crab that wanders around the meadow up there. So you're not really going to be in human form. You're going to be in the form of a little claw. And the little claw is the one they do kind of nasty stuff with, like they scratch their little crab buttholes with. So that might be a little weird, but other than that, I think it's going to be awesome. So congrats.
You know what? I've thought of a lot of possibilities, and if I have to scratch a butthole every once in a while, I have to scratch a butthole.
Words we can all live by. Thank you very much, Peter. That's all with all the time we have for you today. So let's just pull this lever and eject you up to the eternal beyond. Another lovely new friend, God. I always like meeting someone in the elevator here. So, I guess that's all we have for the week, huh?
Yep, that's it.
This has been another episode of Exit Interview. We'll see you all, I hope, next week. And even if not, someday, when your time comes, we'll see you right here in the studio. So until then, I've been the Devil.
I'm God, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Come back next week to hear guest performer
Jonah Greenewalt
in the next episode of Exit Interview called Tape 105. Dean Marmoset and the Self-Driving Bicycle.
It's showtime. Exit Interview Podcast with God and the Devil. Exit Interview Podcast. God and the Devil. Exit